Hi guys, in this video we'll look at how to design screens and what tools there are for this. First, let's decide what result we want to get. We want to create three groups of screens. On the screens of the first group, we will monitor the level of smoke and temperature in the rooms of the office. On the screens of the second group, we will monitor production processes. And the third group will be reports. We'll also create main menu to navigate through the screens. We'll differentiate access level to screens and then fill the office screen with graphic objects. Okay, let's create new project. Give a name plant and fill out the screens tab. We talked about this tab in detail in the previous video. The link will be in the description. And now let's set this tab for our project. Before designing a screen, you need to decide on its dimensions. Look at the size of the monitor on which your project will be executed. This is important, otherwise, after you spend a lot of time arranging objects on the project screen, you may find that they look incorrect on the monitor of the target device. I will show the finished project on a monitor with dimensions 1438 to 898. And for ease of development, so that everything is immediately visible, I will set the screen dimensions in the project to be 1.5 times smaller in width and height. All newly created screens in the project will have these dimensions, and all we have to do is correct the dimensions of the screen that was created by default in the project, or delete it. Okay, let's create screens. Create first group, office. Create a screen in this group and fill in the fields. Group is already filled in. You can add subgroup, name, fill comment if necessary, background color, screen type, general or pop-up. We need general. Scripts. You can bind some script to the screen. We'll see how to work with scripts in subsequent videos. Dimensions are already set according to our conditions. Access level. In Tesla SCADA 2, you can limit access to a particular screen by setting the access level for each user or using password. If access value is greater than the current user's access level, the screen cannot be opened by that user. For this screen, let's leave the access level 0 so any user can open it. And copy this screen and just change its name. Delete this screen. Let's create two more groups of screens in the same way. For the rapid screen, let's set access level 1. To check how the access level parameter works, let's create the users. Operator with access level 0 and an engineer with access level 1. Now let's create a main menu for navigating between screens and then check out how the access level works. Go to Project Properties and set Main Menu. Enable Property, set Height, background color, spacing between buttons, and set up buttons. Run the simulation and first log as an operator. As you can see, he does not have access to the report screen. Now let's go as an engineer. He can view all screens. Let's stop simulation and move on to filling the office screen. To add a graphic object, right-click on the screen and select New Object. You'll see libraries of graphic objects in which you can choose the ones that suit your project. Let's create a title. Select the text input field object and fill in the corresponding fields. Name. If you plan to use scripts in a project, then it is better to set the name in English. Then you can access this object in scripts. For the convenience of placing objects, you can use a grid by clicking corresponding button on the toolbar or arrange Snap to Grid, and here you can set grid step. Use the up, down, right, left arrows on your keyboard to move an object. If you turn on caps lock, you can use arrows on the keyboard to change the size of the object. You can also set the location of the object in the properties. Object for the room. We also use text input field. For the room, we will display the smoke level and temperature values. Add labels. For clarity, we will add images. I found and downloaded the pictures. In order not to slow down the project, add all images in the project properties to the global images. So we added images to global images. In this case, all images are stored in one place, and when we use them in several places, a link to global images is formed. This saves resources. Let's add image object to the screen. Now let's align our objects. Use buttons on the toolbar, and to quickly access to the object properties, use the screen window and double-click. We can combine everything to the group. To add another similar object, simply copy it or duplicate it. And then just change name. And let's implement the following condition. When you click on a room, a pop-up window appears, on which we will later add the necessary information. First of all, let's create a new screen of the pop-up type, set its dimensions and coordinates. By default, the pop-up window will appear in the middle of the monitor. Here is our pop-up window. You can call a pop-up screen in two ways, through a button object or through a script. Let's look at how to do this through a button. Let's add a new object button. And in Control tab, enable property, set function call popup, and choose screen. If we don't want to clutter our screen with unnecessary buttons, we can make it transparent, remove text, set type to D, and overlay the button on top of our room object. Save our project. Let's run simulation and see our settings. Here is our pop-up window. We can also look at our project in Tesla SCADA runtime. Set full screen. And as you can see, our screen from project exactly to the size of the monitor. And pop-up window appears in the middle. Go back to Tesla SCADA ID. And I also want to show you another useful feature, screen export and import. If you are developing several projects and you would like to use a certain screen in another project, select the desired screen and right-click on Export Screen. Then select the folder, give a name to the file, and your screen will be saved as a file. Then when you work on a new project, click Import Screen and select the file. This way you will get a ready-made screen from the previous project. But keep in mind that in this case, the tag names will need to be created the same as in the first project. Or text from the first project must be exported in the same way and imported into the second project. You can also move screens between groups using drag and drop. That's all. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us by email or in our forum. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new videos. Thank you for watching.